Hello friends, welcome into my Makeup Love office. Today we're going to talk about makeup for a Zoom meeting. Now I know during the pandemic, lots of us got used to doing meetings on Zooms or doing other types of meetings that were online or face-to-face online. I teach every day online. I teach English as a second language. So I'm meeting students one-on-one very early in the morning. So I'm really used to being on camera. And I'm used to doing my makeup on camera, but if it's something that you're not as familiar with and maybe you're still struggling with Zoom meetings and how to do your makeup, I'm going to give you a few tips today. And as I walk through my tips today, I'm going to kind of talk about Zoom meetings in general. Obviously, if you are doing a professional Zoom meeting, you will not want to have a background like mine. Obviously, I'm in my makeup office and it's my customers that are used to seeing all of my pet pictures, my ladder with all of my jeans and my bags hanging on it and my, all of my stuff. But I do have a backdrop that I move behind me for when I do want a more professional look. I'm going to suggest that when it comes to makeup, you stick with matte colors, matte formulations. I don't suggest that you go with anything shimmery, with lots of gloss, with lots of shine. That doesn't tend to read well on camera. I'm going to pull my hair back here. I'm going to suggest that you go with very matte shades and very, very neutral. You don't want your makeup to be the first thing that people notice about you in your meeting. And that goes for even your clothing. I mean, obviously you're only going to see from a certain point up, but make sure that your collar of your outfit, your outfit is a very neutral reading. You don't want something that's going to be distracting during the meeting. Make sure your jewelry is going to not cause a shine or a distraction. And obviously something you're going to feel comfortable in as well. So I'm going to go for Peony Pink, a very, very neutral blush today. This is not the time to go for your glam night on the town look. This is for a very conservative meeting look. And like I said, you want to make sure that you stay away from the shine and the shimmer because that's going to give off kind of a weird, shine when it's online and people are looking at you, and you don't want it to come across, really glossy and shimmery and shiny. That's just not a good look. So I'm just gonna darken my brows a little bit, color in those whites and grays with a little brow gel. Obviously hair, I probably would not wear my hair this way if I was doing a professional meeting. I probably would straighten it or pull it back. I would not go with the curls. I just happen to be doing this today because I'm in a hurry. I've got to go run errands this afternoon. I'm going to go for very neutral eye colors today. I'm going to do a gray and sort of a matte tan beige kind of color. And I'm just going to pat that one in with my finger. Gray is going to go right here on the outer edge. Nothing too dark. Going to do a little gray underneath my lashes. Nice big fluffy brush. I'm going to blend that in. Also be aware if you've got a professional meeting coming up, especially if it's something, where you want to make a really good impression. Maybe it's not only your boss, but your boss's boss or the head honcho or, somebody that maybe it's a job interview or something that you really want to make sure you're making the best impression possible. Think ahead of time about facials. When I go to my dermatologist or my esthetician and have dermaplaning done, I have my facials done. About the second and third day after I have a facial, I get a lot of peeling, I get a lot of redness, I get a lot of irritation. It's just a reaction from the process of the procedures I had done. That's very normal. So, she always says never plan a facial and dermaplaning and the whole procedure like before a wedding or, before something special that you really want to look nice for, because you can plan on that second or third day, you're going to have, kind of this funky stuff going on. So please be aware of that. If you've got something important coming up, don't plan a facial or give yourself a facial, a couple of days before that. Wait until after your event or do it, way before, like a week before. Same thing with if you're experimenting with a new hairdo, a new hairstyle, a new cut or color. Obviously, don't make any big changes right before something important that is going to really matter. Give yourself time to get used to it. I also would not do a self-tanner right before. I never use self-tanner on my face anyway. But if you do, or if you are going to be using it even like on your neck or any part of your upper shoulders or arms that are going to show, I would not do a self-tanner right before. I would do it a couple of days before. That way, if you do have any sort of areas that don't pick up the color really well, or you get a little, spot that you miss, it won't be real obvious. You can do a little correction on that. Or make sure you plan your outfit around that. You might even want to practice your makeup look a few days before. Especially, as I say, if it's something really important. Just going to give a little bit of mascara on my lower lashes. I'm going to wait just a second. I'm going to go back and do a second coat. Concentrating on my outer lashes and just the tips. There we go. And I notice I've got just a little smudge right here. There we go. All right, I'm going to use lip liner in Plush. It's a great neutral, kind of a mauve. Matches my natural lip color really, really well. Notice on the top, I go slightly outside my natural lip line. On the bottom, I'm gonna go slightly inside. To even those lips out. And then for my lip color today, I'm going to do a Splash liquid lipstick, and no, I'm not. I'm gonna change that. I think that one's too shiny. I'm gonna do a lip stain. And this is an old one, and I couldn't even tell you the color. I'll have to look. It's probably a retired color, but you might have something similar. This is Savvy, and it's sort of a dark purple, but believe me, it's not nearly this intense when you put it on. But I'm gonna use a lip stain because it's sheer. It's also going to dry to a more matte finish. And when it completely dries, it's not going to look near this dark. It's going to be much lighter. And so I think it'll look much more neutral. And then let's get a little setting powder because we don't want any shininess. All right, and there we go. So there is a neutral makeup look for any type of online meeting that you might have where you want to make a good impression and you want things to look neutral, professional, businesslike. This is obviously not if you're in a creative field or if you're auditioning to be on, some sort of reality TV show where you want to be, really outlandish to make an impression or something. I'm talking about if in the business world, in a professional sort of endeavor that you want to, put on that face that means business, a more serious look. So you want to keep it very neutral, very, not going to be distracting during a meeting. So anyway, I hope these tips have helped you a little bit. If you have any questions about any of the products that you saw me use or any of the application techniques that I talked about, please feel free to drop me a message or put it in the comments down below. I appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed this tutorial, give me some likes, loves, shares. It helps my algorithm, plus it helps you see more content that you like as well. Thanks for being here, everybody. Until next time.